folks, this is Peng here, and I'll be starting a series of short video segments that I hope you will find interesting and valuable. They will be a variety of topics that I frequently encounter from my clients that are either directly or indirectly related to real estate. I'll be bringing a panel of experts from my trusted network to come in, and I'll ask them Q&A. And if there are topics or questions that you would love for me to cover, let me know. I'll be happy to look into it. Otherwise, I hope you guys enjoy it. Hello folks, welcome to the first edition of our video segment. And today's topic, we're covering hopefully what you want to know about permits. And I have some special guests in the house today. I have Ariana Adireh from
Hello.
Ariana Designs. She is an interior designer. And we have Robert Bonner from Bonner Designs, and he's an architect. I first met this team on my Beacon Hill flip that you guys probably already know about. It's a 1925 built home, and completely changing out the layout and bringing it to hopefully a contemporary look at this point. And they did a great job, and they've worked with several other clients of mine as well. So without further ado, the first question that I had for these folks is that, when people are thinking about permits, what type of work would you say you need to go talk to the city about with regards to permits?
Well, first of all, we want to thank you for having us here and ability to share with you some of our experience and knowledge. The permitting question, right? That's an exciting topic in itself because it is such a complex. For permitting, the city's probably needed for everything, but if you are planning to do something structural, inside or even outside, that's 100%. We need permits. What would be your comments, Robert?
We're dealing with government, and so they like satellites, and they look from above, looking down. So whatever they can see from the air, Google Earth, typically needs a permit. Structural stuff, some of that stuff they cannot see. However, as you know, value is added when you do the process in the correct way, because financing can be an issue, or you can be hit with these issues later on. And then also consulting and creating a better layout, it helps.
Of course, 100%, right? If you know what you want to do, that makes your life so much easier.
Awesome. Something I think happens a lot in the real estate world, or maybe not a lot, but I think enough, is let's say you are a home buyer and you bought a home where the previous owner did work on the house, but probably should have been permitted but wasn't, and now you're stuck in a situation where the city has discovered it. What happens? What do you do?
Oh, that one. We actually are working with Robert with a client who was in a similar situation where the home was bought and work was done without a permit, and now we're here to resolve their issue.
Right, and this happened in King County jurisdiction, and so it was a permitted deck, and then it was infilled as living space. And the previous owner, I think, was very creative in the idea that they know that they're going to be seeing it from above, and so it wasn't caught. So then the homeowner bought the project, and when that project was bought, King County came out, assessed the project or the property, said, oh, it's a deck, why is it living area? And so then they got hit with this ABC permit. King County does it, Seattle does it, already built construction. So what do? We can help you with that. We create all the documentation necessary. We submit it in a way that we simplify your life, because we take care of all the permitting process.
Exactly.
And now it's all in negotiations. We come to the table, we negotiate with these government entities, and we help you make a situation that was, oh my God, what do we do? To, here you go, here's the permit, and making sure everything's legit.
Right.
And building value.
In addition, that home got a little bit of readjustment, so now their home is fabulous, and it's on Alka Beach, so it's pretty exciting.
Yeah.
One thing that I'll add to the comments that Robert and Ariana just mentioned was that I think when you're buying a home, it's better to try to hopefully discover these things early rather than after the fact. things that you can pay attention to that your broker should be helping with is, looking over the seller disclosure, looking at the King County records, because King County, if you go to the property records, you'll see all the permits that have been pulled on the property.
Mm-hmm.
Look through what they've done or haven't done, right? And raise red flags, right? So if you discover these things up front, you can negotiate things up front rather than after the closing, where it's much harder to deal with.
And Peng is phenomenal at that. So if you guys are buying a home and it's like, hey, we're not sure, that negotiation, if things were done without permit, could actually be a benefit to you, because you can negotiate knowing that if things go out of whack and there's an additional fee, you can actually turn that into something positive and then get things fixed up, get a creative team on board, and turn something that is going to be you.
And create an eyesore into a value add.
Exactly.
Yep.
And that's great that you can help them negotiate that, because if you know how hard the process can be going backwards, then you can help them see what going forwards would be in the value of that home when it's done right.
So for the final question that I have for you guys is, could you speak more with regards to what the process is like before, during, with regards to the permitting?
So guys, we try to make this process as fun, as easy as possible for you. It's typically broken down into 3 phases, so it keeps it really simple. So whenever you start a project, and to do it right, you need to have a vision, a concept. After that, it's going to be more of a technical drawings, getting ready for submission. And then the 3rd phase is the fun process that actually goes to the city. Would you like to elaborate a little bit more?
Sure, Ariana. I would love to explain that. First step is the concepts and how to create that plan, right? Because the plan is all the great things that you want. Do you want a master suite? Do you want a rec room? How many bathrooms do you want to add? Because a 1920s home usually only has 1. So we want to give you value. What do you want? We help you see that in plan.
Exactly.
So that's number 1. Number 2, we create the exterior. What do you want that house to look like on the outside? And if you were working with Ariana on the interiors, she shows you the interiors, and then we have a consensus of what that's going to feel and look like. It's conceptual still. However, that step gets us to the next process, which is construction documents. And with those 2 things, we can actually get our engineer involved depending on what we're doing. So 2nd story addition to the rear, you have a basement that's not utilized. There's structural things that we want to change. So having that together as a package, 1, 2, and 3, we can then submit it for permitting. So we got the plans, we got the elevations, we got sections, we got engineering, window schedule, energy codes. There's a lot of documentation.
Right?
Yeah,
Specking
for the contractor, because do you really want to let the contractor choose some of those materials?
Do you want to have a contractor design?
and it's going to be a dated process. So we're looking towards the future. We're creating something that has vision. We're creating value. So that way, when we're done with this process, Peng can sell it for you and give you optimum value and dollars. That's why we're part of this team, so that way we can collaborate, elaborate, and make you have the dream home that you've always wanted.
Awesome. Well, I think that's all the questions that I have for today's short segment. If you have other questions that are more detailed, specific to the permitting process, I'll be providing the contact information for these 2 that you can reach out directly to them or to me, and I'll connect you to.
All right. Well, thanks so much.
Thank you.
Yeah. And thanks for inviting us.
Always.